This is our third installment for graphing a function using all of the techniques that we've learned. So what I want you to do is I'm going to mention what you should go try, pause the video, come back and check your answer. See how that goes. So the first thing that we want to find is, does this function have symmetry? So when you went and you solved your symmetry, we noticed that f of minus x is the same thing as f of x. So yes, this has y-axis symmetry. Okay, so what's the next thing we want to find? Well, we want to find out if there are any intercepts, right? So we want to find the y-intercepts. So in the y, go figure that out and come back and check. So remember, for your y-intercepts, you're going to set all of your x's equal to 0. So 0 is going to be a y-intercept. And the next thing that we want to find, that's right, we want to see if there are any x-intercepts. So go calculate those and come back and check. So when you did this one, you should have plugged in 0 for y, solved for x. We got 0 again, so that means that our x-intercept is also going to be 0. So now what do we need to find? Oh yes, we need to find asymptotes, right? So we want to look for and see if there are any vertical asymptotes. So I looked at the denominator and I noticed that it was x squared plus 2. And I know that that's always going to be positive. So what I'm going to know is that that is all real numbers. So there are 0 or none vertical asymptotes. Now what about horizontal? Try that one. So when I did the rule for the horizontal asymptotes, I noticed that the exponent 4 is greater than 2, so that tells me that there is also no horizontal asymptote. So what I want you to do now is graph that, and then when you come back, you can see my graph. So based on all of the information we have, we know that there is a point at 0, 0, the origin. We also know that there is y-axis symmetry. So as long as I can find one point on either quadrant 1 or quadrant 2, then I can reflect that on the other side. So I went ahead and I picked a point, I used 2, and I got 8/3 for my y, and then I reflected that over onto quadrant 2. So your graph should resemble what you see on the right hand side.